When the beat drops, you know exactly what time it is. Hello and welcome into the Blitz. We got a great show for you as we line up this primetime matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Evan Klosky, joined in the huddle, as always, with David Shealy.
Love being in the huddle. Ready, break?
Go.
Now, hoped to give the Bucs some good vibes over the next 10 minutes or so because
they need it.
We are going to talk about this disastrous Tampa Bay defense and how they can improve, how Cade Otton has a little Chris Godwin in his game, and for the first time this year, one of our favorite segments, Fashion Fits, where we show you what these guys were wearing heading to the Falcons game last week.
Let's get to this, though. This is the 10 and 10, the 10 most important topics you need to know with Tampa Bay heading to Kansas City, and nothing like facing a two-time defending champs in their building on Monday night, right? KC has yet to lose a game. Meanwhile, the Bucs are 4-4 and look like a team about to go on a similar midseason slide as last year. The Bucs are 8-7 against the Chiefs, boasting a 14-14 record on Monday nights. At number 9, the most recent matchup between these two teams was a couple of years ago, where the Chiefs came to Ray J and blew the Buccaneers out 41-31. Fun fact from that matchup, the Bucs ran for a total of 3 yards in that contest. David, they're going to have to do a little bit better.
3 yards?
Yeah, on Monday.
Dang, that was bad. Well, they were facing an angry Chiefs team because that was the first time Kansas City had stepped back into Ray J since Tom Brady and the boys beat them in Super Bowl 55. Now, hopefully, Todd Bowles can dust off that defensive game plan against Patrick Mahomes because it was genius. They're going to absolutely need it. This is the Bucs' first trip to KC since 2016, and that is not necessarily a good thing. At number 8, Todd Bowles does not like playing AFC teams. Since becoming the head coach, he is 2-10 against the AFC. We've already seen this team lose to the Broncos and Ravens at home this season, but most of these losses have come on the road. During Bowles' tenure, the Bucs are 0-8 against the AFC away from Ray J.
Not
Both
good.
of his wins were at home against Tennessee and Jacksonville last year. And at number 7, speaking of Bowles, this defense is not good. This is a bottom 5 unit in points allowed per game and passing yards. Also, in Bowles' entire time here, the defense typically is one of the league's best at stopping the run, but this year's team ranks 19th. Everyone in that locker room is well aware of the struggles right now, and they're trying their best to fix it on the fly.
We gonna bounce back. We had a couple slow starts, and I think it's just it's just 1 or 2 plays though. It's not really 1 or 2 plays make it seem like it's so much bigger than what it is.
Being a leader on this team, it starts with the leaders, and so making sure that communication is there because that's what it has to be for us to be where we want to be.
This is a perfect time to bring in James Yarko with our Locked On Bucs burning question of the week. And James, there's a lot wrong here with the defense. What is the number one problem you see from your vantage point?
I think the biggest issue that you're seeing with the defense is that they don't have the personnel to run what Todd Bowles typically runs. They don't have that alpha edge guy. There was a lot of hype around Yaya Diaby leading into the season. He hasn't quite lived up to that. You have KJ Britt there at inside linebacker who just isn't playing to the level that he was towards the end of last season, and some of his shortcomings are being exposed. You have a piecemeal secondary where you have an undrafted rookie in Tyreek Funderburk out there on the field. Yes, Vita Vea, Levante David, Antoine Winfield Jr. These are guys that are at the top of their position groups across the NFL, but they are not good enough to make up for some of the guys that are on the field that should not be in starting positions. KJ Britt makes a great depth piece, but they're going to look to upgrade that. Yaya Diaby is a solid edge rusher. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka not living up to it. They need to upgrade that position group in the offseason as well. So it's a combination of personnel and then just Todd Bowles not being able to do what we've come to know of his scheme and what he wants to do on the defensive side of the ball.
Thank you so much, James. Let's jump into our Sidelines segment because while injuries are not an excuse, they do tell the tale of this 2024 Buccaneers team a bit. Here are the list of names we are watching out for Monday night. Levante David, Ben Bredeson, Sterling Shepard, and Antoine Winfield Jr. are a handful of players who have emerged on the injury report after that loss against the Falcons. Also, Todd Bowles telling us running back Bucky Irving has a toe injury that will probably affect him throughout the season, so they have to continue to manage his practice reps.
Interesting there. At number 6, let's turn to some positive thoughts about the running backs because the Bucs are the only team in the league with 3 different backs with 250-plus scrimmage yards. Bucky Irving has 559, Rachaad White 492, Sean Tucker 266. They continue to impress. Tampa Bay averages 5 yards per carry, which is a new franchise record through 8 games. Only the Ravens, Commanders, and Cardinals have a better average. Keep in mind, all 3 of those teams have dual-threat quarterbacks. On top of all that, the Bucs rank first in receiving yards from their running backs. Entering the week, Tampa Bay's tailbacks had 621 yards after the catch. The next best team is the Falcons with 377 yards.
And number 5, this is a homecoming for Rachaad White, who went to Center High School in Kansas City. White said he has never been to Arrowhead, and this will be his first time stepping foot in the stadium. He said this week many family members and friends have yet to see him play in NFL in person, but that will change on Monday night.
Speaking of change, how about change of possession, Evan? Because we have a matchup of 2 quarterbacks who have an issue with interceptions. Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. They are tied for the league lead with 9 interceptions. Also, surprising
That's a good list of names. I mean,
not Dak. He doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, shout out Cougs, Gardner Minshew.
Let's focus on Baker Mayfield because right now, in the last 3 games specifically, things have gotten out of hand. He has 7 interceptions in that span. He's now only 1 pick away from tying last season's interceptions total. And just to make things worse, Baker's been turning the ball over with the Bucs in position to score points. He knows this is an issue, and he has to be better at protecting the football.
Yeah, I mean, it pisses me off. I don't want to turn the ball over. To me, that's shooting our whole team in the foot. That's not what I want to do. So, yeah, it makes me angry. Obviously, it's something that I can directly fix, and that's what I'm going to do.
At number 3, with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans out, Mayfield might have a new favorite target in Cade Otton. He scored 2 touchdowns, totaling nearly 200 yards these past 2 weeks. The UW product ranks 5th in receptions and 7th in yards for all tight ends in the NFL. And here's the crazy part. He has been on the field for at least 90% of snaps in 6 of the 8 games this season. I want to also go to the film very quickly and show you how Cade Otton assumed a portion of the Chris Godwin role. And let me show you a handful of plays here. Cade Otton's highlighted, and this is just an out route, all right? That is a very typical Chris Godwin route. We have seen it a million times, just like we're going to see it right here against Denver. Doesn't matter if he's in motion, not in motion. That's a good route to put on Cade Otton's plate. Also, the choice routes. This is a Chris Godwin staple. We move Cade Otton into motion, and he's just going to pick apart this zone right here. Just having a good rapport with Baker Mayfield. That is something that Baker loves, specifically on 3rd downs with Chris Godwin. You can see a similar setup right here, bunt formation, and boom. Easy pickup for Chris Godwin. So you can replace Chris Godwin in this offense, but if Cade Otton can effectively assume some of his duties, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here moving forward, David.
At number 2, Otton might have some opportunities to pop off in this game because while the Chiefs are one of the best defenses in the league, especially at defending the run, they are a bit susceptible to the pass, especially against tight ends. Kansas City allows almost 81 yards per game to that position. That's the worst in the league. If the Bucs are going to pull off an upset utilizing Otton and even Payne Durham, the Purdue product, that will be extremely important. Finally, at number 1, despite the fact that the Bucs cannot win wearing the creamsicle uniforms, it did allow for some amazing outfits last week.
Yeah, that's why we're going to break out our Fashion Fit segment to see how these guys were looking last week. And let's start with Cade Otton.
Let's start with Cade Otton.
This is something that is just absolutely beautiful.
I love this look. I mean, when I say throwback, that is what I'm talking about. Nailed this. The shades turned this from an A to an A+ all the way through. That you can't do better.
And here's the thing, this was premeditated because he grew out the mustache specifically for this look. It is now gone. Baker Mayfield not so happy that the mustache is gone, but we got that. All right, so Jordan Whitehead, love all of this. I believe the button down and hat are from Duvin Designs. He just owned the retro look like Cade, but Jordan, my man, that button down looks like it was taken out of the packaging 2 seconds before this picture. That needs an iron or a quick run of the dryer. Otherwise, I'm liking it.
All right, so here's Antoine Winfield Jr. We all know he's kind of eclectic when it comes to these looks.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a comment about this.
This is like runway style.
Yeah, because I don't understand it. That's the thing. Because I don't understand, I can't comment on it. But the only person that can rock something like this is Antoine Winfield Jr. He's the highest paid safety in the league. So
Like, I can't
looks
rock
fine.
that. Like,
no.
normal humans cannot. Finally, Vita Vea. This is such a defensive lineman look. This gives me dad taking kid to zoo vibes. Vita went to Washington. The hoodie is on brand with the Pacific Northwest. I actually love all the different colors here, but I have no idea what's happening with the drawstring on those shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I just noticed that.
So for Vita, this works. For others, maybe not so much.
No,
good luck with that. All right, time for the all-out blitz, and let's start with our parlay of the week. I'm coming off a winner, and hopefully I got another one here for you. It's a primetime game. Bucks aren't great versus the tight end. Give me a tutty for Travis Kelce. Also, judging by last week, it looks like Bucky will be involved in the passing game. So I got him. And David, we differ on this last one.
Yeah, so I don't think Mahomes will need to run against this passing defense. A Baker interception is a safe bet at this point, no disrespect. And
No
Travis
disrespect.
Kelce, he should feast on Tampa Bay's linebackers. Now, I would add a Taylor Swift reference, but I don't know her music like that.
Okay.
But just, he should eat, though.
As for the game you can watch on 10 Tampa Bay, we only got one contest for you. It's an AFC East matchup between the Dolphins and Bills at 1 o'clock. Checking our Blitz picks record. I took a risk last week. It totally didn't pay off. Just like the Bucks, I'm 4-4. David is in cruise control with a 3-game lead. I'm going to need some sort of heater here to catch up to you, David.
Yeah,
you are
you sure do.
smoking me.
Good luck with that. I'm going to start.
Okay.
The Bucks aren't winning this game. No, don't put no comments down there either, okay? Be for real. They're not winning this game. They're facing an AFC team on the road. Matchup-wise, it does not look good for Tampa Bay. Low-scoring game for me. I'm going 17-9 Kansas City.
17 would be an improvement for that defense. I don't think the Bucks are going to be able to pull off the upset unless they win the turnover battle. I think it will be a lower scoring game as well. You want to bleed the clock here for both teams, but until I see improvement on the defense, I'm done backing them. So I got the Chiefs taking this contest 27-17. That will do it for us on the Blitz. Remember, the Bucks play Monday night at 8:15. We will be back here next week as the Bucks host San Fran before heading into their bye week. That is David Shealy. I am Evan Klosky. This is The Blitz. We will see you same time or same place next weekend. We'll be right back.